Okay, so this is the extended version, like they do on HBO, right? Go to HBO Live. Just, no, I'm just kidding. But we didn't want to stop, so here we are.
What do they call that on the CDs or the DVDs?
The extended version.
Is that what it, oh, okay.
I think it's the extended version. Margaret, you've been quiet though. I want to hear from you. What's going on, girl?
No, I don't know. I'm just quiet today. I'm just listening to everyone. I'm good though. I'm good. Here we go again. Oh my goodness.
It's her iPad. It's her iPad. We're good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm good. I had a moment this morning with Kathleen that I enjoyed very much.
Me too.
Marva dropped her phone and
that's right.
Everybody.
Yeah, Lisa, you were there, right?
For a minute, yeah. I was like, what's happening? What are we doing?
So yeah, I mean, I was a mess. Everybody was a mess. So we didn't want to turn the camera on. Marva left. You left. And I was leaving and I heard Kathleen in the background. I'm like, oh, she's there all by herself. So I went back in. And so we kind of had a one-on-one.
Cool.
Which is very nice. And we both ended up crying.
We all
both ended up
cried.
crying. We got so emotional.
What were y'all crying about?
And you know, I just got to think that on a norm, I wouldn't be having a conversation like this with, not that she's a stranger, but you know, I know her through this group. But normally not such a deep conversation like we had. So, but I just wanted to thank her, you know, for having that conversation with me. And
thank you.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to tell what we talked about, are we?
No, no, that was private. That's private.
I was able to bring you in so that you can, this is why I invited you, so that you can expand and have other people to talk to that might come from a different perspective and, you know, that can relate to you. And sometimes we're so stuck with our familiarity, you know, it's good to talk to a stranger because they don't know anything about you, so they can't form any.
I was really surprised of the, you know, the conversation, how we connected and communicated. And I mean, she showed me all her paintings. She's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I just woke up. I had combed my hair, but I had my nightshirt on and my house is a wreck. So I don't know what you all got to see.
It's all good.
If we can't let our hair down by now, I don't know if we will ever, but yeah, I didn't care. It's like, I'm not worried about it because that's just stuff on the outside, and it's what's on the inside that counts. And that's things that I feel more permission to be me with y'all than I've ever felt anywhere before. I've always, and it's not because you're at a distance. It might be, I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but it's a process of becoming more of who I am or who I want to be, and having that reflected back and having it modeled. I mean, I'm listening to your conversations and I'm going, how do they keep themselves so awake during the day and focused with a creative intention or mindfulness throughout the day, whether they're exercising or painting or dancing or creating? It's like, I want to do that, and y'all model that. So anyway, I go off on tangents.
Well, you do that through your art. You do that through your art, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, our connection is quantum, and by us showing up, we're already in agreement that we are connected.
Yeah.
So that's what right there, that makes it a real thing. I mean, that's something that I practice as part of, you know, my journey, and with like intention and creativity and things like that, is when we form this connection, it's not just you know, we're not being invited to connect, we're already accepting that connection and knowing that we're here. So that actually makes this space that we're in totally different places, but this space right now that we see is real. We as authentic with each other, and we can feel each other's support. It's just real, and that's what we're, you know, modeling as well, that don't see it as just a computer or a phone. It's like we're really reaching out and connecting with each other. And otherwise, you wouldn't have had that cry with her.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was
Margaret, I
funny too
enjoyed
because
crying with you.
it was
We'll have
funny
to
too
do it
because
again sometime. No.
my hair, then I started thinking about the conversation we had about hair. Because Kathleen is telling me, I don't care, my hair is fine. I'm gonna say, yeah, your hair is fine because it's not sticking up like mine.
I didn't even notice.
My
I
hair's
didn't even
sticking up
notice.
all over the place. And I'm saying that reminded me of the conversation that we had about hair. But even though I was a mess, I turned my camera on and we had that moment, and it was
lovely.
really sweet. Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to keep, as this paradigm shifts, will we continue to have deeper conversations with other people? You know what I mean? Is this going to be part of a collective shift that we experience? Is it just unique to us? I don't know.
Well, it's a good question, but when you look, it depends on the collective. I mean, I hear you when you use the word collective. I think you're under the expectation that you're talking about the whole world. And one is like, that is our hope, that as a whole, I mean, in my opinion, but I'm not going to set myself up to think that everybody's going to wake up.
Yeah.
You you're in that place. So again, you're responsible for what you bring in. And then everyone next with you that understands what you're bringing, then they're the ones that are going to have the conversation. Yeah. So when you have to decide who that we is and just wait for them to come.
Oh, that's right. That's perfect.
With that impression that I don't,
it's
going to take a lot of time, but you're taking the first step, and how you bring it off is, it's on you. You're responsible for what you want to bring and how you view the world and how you want to see the world. And as long as you do that and keep showing up to that intention, those who want what you have and want to converse with you, they will come. And it's just up to you to open to see them, because you can walk right past them in the supermarket.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's in my brain, and I'm gonna carry that throughout.
Carry that to the post office.
I'm gonna take it to the post office.
I mean, I've gone places when I'm most on fire and I'm feeling truly in that being and aware of what I'm here. And once I acknowledge it and I'm there, I've had such in-depth conversations with pure strangers.
Yep.
In the middle of the aisle at the supermarket or at the hairdresser. To start, and it's just that I'm not expecting everybody to understand, but when someone shows interest and they're on that same frequency, I'm mindful of it and I open myself up, and like Misty said, it just comes out. It's not forced. We just talk, and that's what we're doing here. That's how we connected, just because we were open to the conversation. And those others that maybe we were expecting that didn't show up, it wasn't a conversation they were ready to have on their path.
Exactly.
So
the expectation, once you drop the expectation and just let it flow, because I've definitely learned that doing this, because I have very big expectations of my projects and my
because
things.
of the expectation, you set yourself up for failure, disappointment, because it's not the way you visioned it. But sometimes
because I was struggling with all this tech stuff, and I was frustrated. And I told Kathy, I'm like, I just don't know. I'm like, I don't know what more I can do. And she's just like, we're doing all we can do, and I'm like, no, I just, I couldn't get this to work and that to work. And then I felt overwhelmed because I was having to control everything, but keep smiling and looking in the camera while I'm trying to do this over here and mute this and do that. It was too much. And my mom gave me some feedback. She goes, you had some words coming up in your throat, didn't you? And I said, oh my God, did it show in my face? And she goes, I'm your mama. I know what you were thinking. And I was just like, the FFS was fixing to come up. It was like choking it back because it was a lot, and I'm a Leo, y'all. I roar. I don't play with that. And once I roar, I'm good. Then I'll purr a little bit and lay down. But it's just like I need to get that out. And if I'm not in company that understands that, then I'm automatically like, they're like, oh, she's such a bitch. You know, I mean, that's just, I'm going to be frank. That's what they think, you know, and I'm just like, no, my expectation is not being met. And I want to, you know, and I want to fix it. I'm a fixer. I want to fix it. And so I was really having trouble with that.
What sign are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Leo. I'm a Leo, girl. I'm a Leo. Does it show?
What is that? Is that the lion?
Yes. Yes.
What about you, Kathleen?
Libra. A nice little Libra. I like balance. I like.
What are you, Margaret?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, are you?
Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed that. What about you, Millie?
Virgo.
Interesting. Wouldn't have guessed that either.
Legend has it we're organized. Not.
No, but that Virgos are capable of amassing great amounts of information, just massive amounts of information, and I can see that.
I'll trust you.
She's all, just don't make me organize it. Take it all in. Just don't make me organize it.
And Aries are creative and fiery and fueled by, well, some are fueled by conflict. They're energized by that. Aries. They don't mind. I don't want to. They don't shy away from it. They don't mind conflict. I'm like, well, I don't want any conflict. You know.
I have an Aries in my life, and he likes a lot of attention, and he strives when there's he'll cause a conflict out of something, and I'm always trying to fix, like, no, we don't need the conflict, we're gonna, you know, and he always is like, well, what if we do it this way? I'm like, no, we're not doing it that way, because that's gonna be a problem. But it'll be more fun. I'm like, no, we're not doing it that way, because that's gonna upset that one and that one and that one, you know. Yeah,
I don't like confrontation, and people think that Aries are confrontational. I don't. I shy away from it. Excuse me?
That's what I wouldn't have guessed Aries. I mean,
I don't like.
I would have figured Cancer, because she's very sensitive, and you know what I mean. Her heart. Yeah.
Oh, you went Cancer.
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm surrounded by Cancers. Oh my goodness.
My daughter's a Cancer. My mom's a Cancer.
My daughter's a Cancer, and my mom is a Cancer.
Me too.
My best friend, she's a Cancer, you know, but they have very strong characters, I think.
Yeah, but they're all about the sensitivity and heart. Like everything is, they feel everything really deeply.
Oh yeah, and they do.
Yeah, and see, I'm more of suck it up, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They're very sensitive. My mother and my daughter, they're very sensitive, and I don't know, it's like they give all of themselves to you, like all their heart. They wear their heart on their, how do you say it? On their sleeve. But the only problem is that everybody is not like that. But they expect you to be like that. And then when you're not like that, they don't
their feelings
hurt. They're so sensitive. Yeah, they're very sensitive. Not all,
because they say that with every sign you have a flip side. So you have those and then you have those that opposite of wearing the heart on the sleeve, they tend to be very reserved, anal, and don't let anyone in. And my experience of Cancers has been that. Where
that makes sense. Yeah.
That describes one that I know.
What's the opposite of Virgo?
I don't know. I don't know much. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the opposite of every sign is supposed to, like, if you were born in the day, if you were born at night.
Yeah.
Right.
So the same thing, like you're saying, this Cancer. Like I've experienced Cancers, and the ones that I was experiencing, they were not like that. I couldn't get them to wear anything on their sleeve. I couldn't even get them to take their shirt off. Like they're like totally like armor.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know what? You're right, Millie. You're right. And I'm thinking about it, and you're right. But they are very, they're very sensitive, and that's why they wear their armor. They don't want to let anybody in because they're so sensitive that they just think that everybody is like out for them. You know what I'm saying? So they try to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because they are very sensitive. They are. And that's why they wear that armor. They don't want anybody in. They don't want to get their hearts broken. They don't want to get their feelings hurt. And that's why they wear that armor.
Yeah, they retreat into their shell like a little crab.
Yeah.
Your hermit crab.
Yeah.
How did we get on Zodiac? How did we get on?
It was me.
Well, I want to say, my little daughter I had just had my daughter who was a Taurus. And I was someplace and I had gone in to get a drink of water because I was nursing and you get thirsty. And I stopped in and there was some guy standing there and was hitting on me. He's like, "What's your sign?" You know, back then in the 70s, "What's your sign?"
Yeah, that's a pickup line.
Yeah, and I told him, and he said, "Well, don't you want to know what my sign is?" I said, "No, I already know what your sign is." And he said, "What is it?" And I said, "You're a Taurus." And he was, "What? How'd you know that?" I said, "Because my daughter's a Taurus, and you've got the same energy or vibration or whatever you want to call it as she does." And to me, that's what I call an evidential. You know, we talk about astrology and we're not sure, you know what I'm saying. Is this real or not real? Are we just projecting? And that to me was proof. And I could tell if I had an intimate sense of the sign, like I did with my child, then I could pick that up if they were the same sign. I can't do it with everybody, but just if I have, you know, if I've ever been very close to somebody, then I could tell. And I thought, well, that means there's something to all this, really. I don't, you know, you label things. I don't know if it's, you know, it's just a way to identify a marker, you know. There is something to it, though, for sure.
So what would you guess? This will be fun. What would you guess that Marva is?
Wow. Would she be a Scorpio? No.
That was.
Does anybody know?
I don't know enough about the traits of the zodiac to know, but
I thought that you.
And I don't know her birthday.
You were asking us to see.
I'm just curious. What do you think she would be? Because she'll tell us.
Are you asking her, Millie? Are you texting her? Messaging her?
If you want me to, I can.
Yeah.
What do you think, Millie?
We'll ask her. I just think it's fun to guess.
Yes.
I'll say Capricorn. I don't know anything about the signs. I'll just put it out there. Capricorn.
Lisa, your stepdad is an Aries, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. And when is his birthday? What date?
He just had a birthday. Was it the 12th or the 13th? I think it was.
Mine is on 13th.
It was the 13th. It was the same day as yours.
Oh, that's right. You just had a birthday too.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Because theirs was the same.
Look at that connection. That's why I asked you.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I know you mentioned that he was an Aries, but you didn't tell me what date.
And he was very upset that because last year, I had a big birthday party for him at a local restaurant. I just put it on Facebook and gathered the family, and you know, don't you? Did you ask her?
She does.
I looked at her Facebook profile.
Okay, well, don't tell yet.
No,
I
want to know.
I want to know.
No, go ahead, Millie. Go ahead.
Yes, please.
She's trying to think. December. It's
Sagittarius.
Yeah, because my kids.
She's either Scorpio or Sagittarius.
The 21st.
Early December be Scorpio. If it's later
December. No.
Yeah. Later December is Capricorn, isn't it?
Yes.
I was going to say my brother is
December.
Late December.
Yeah, because I have a daughter. I have two daughters that are Sagittarius. One is born on the 29th of November. The other one is born on December 13th. She's a Sag.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got two Sag kids too.
yeah.
December baby.
Millie's daughter shares the same birthday as my daughter.
Oh wow.
I mean my granddaughter. I'm
So
sorry.
what's Aisha? Do we want to guess Aisha? Because she knows. But do you
I
want to
know.
guess
Guess.
Aisha?
Let's see if anybody wants to guess.
Is she a Gemini?
No.
Okay.
Aquarius?
No.
Okay, I give up.
Really, you know, don't you?
She's not any of our signs, so you're gonna eliminate those. Excuse me?
Capricorn?
No.
I don't know.
Okay, what is she?
She's a Pisces.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I knew it was something.
She's a Pisces. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Misty,
like
right?
name, Aisha.
It's a
It's a
beautiful
pretty
name.
Yeah.
So Misty, what do you think Misty is?
She's so outgoing.
She is.
She's always smiling. She's always happy. She,
Leo?
You think she's a Leo?
I don't know.
Leo? I'm not
I
gonna
wonder if she's Millie's sign. A Virgo.
Virgo. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll have to ask. This is fun.
I looked everybody up, but I can't remember.
We're getting to know each other, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I always listen to Alexa has, oops, I said her name. The Astro Twins. Have you ever listened to their forecasts or whatever?
No.
Yeah, there's twin girls and they are twin women and they do the horoscopes. You do the horoscopes.
Hmm.
And they're usually very accurate for me personally. But anyway.
So going back to our question when we were discussing like shopping and going shopping and what would you put into your shopping cart regarding what you feel that you need to sustain you from within energetically, spiritually, mentally?
What do you mean at the store, like the grocery store?
No, just like
what are we talking about?
Metaphorical. shopping cart.
Okay.
Yeah, metaphorically speaking, like what is it that you feel that you need to sustain you emotionally and spiritually?
Just mindfulness, whatever makes me mindful, and I think that's a discipline, or you learn to discipline yourself to stay woke and paying attention all the time. And I look at y'all and I think, oh golly, they're doing it a whole lot more than I am, throughout the day. And I'm like, I've got an altar in front of me that I'm looking right at, and it's got things on it that are supposed to make me mindful. Do I do it? No, I don't. I just.
I think my past experience with teens and youth really plugs me into that. Like I'm very sensitive to that kind of, like I pick that up in other people. Like when I see someone and they're acting a certain way, I always kind of think to myself, well, something happened to that person and that's why they're acting that. Like I go straight to inner child stuff.
Right.
Like
so
right away.
Right. So for you, like to sustain you in relation to what's going on, what is it that you would like to have in your virtual or, your cosmic shopping cart that would sustain you? It's like your passion, like not so much externally, but we're talking about you as a person.
I don't know. I have no idea.
More patience, more clarity, or just what do we call that? There's a word I'm looking for that's just escaping me. Serenity.
Yeah, serenity would be nice, but I'm getting a lot of that. I'm ready for I need some action going on. Yeah, I need some disruption. My serenity is usually on a ship in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, like just feeling that breeze and just being carefree and away And yeah, my favorite spot on the ship is on the front of the ship, all by myself. If somebody else is up there, like I like to feel that. No, I've never actually done that because they won't let you near that. They won't let you near it. They won't let you near it. I've actually been on that deck because I did the behind the scenes tour, and we actually got to go down there and take a picture, but you cannot actually stand on the front because the ship is moving. So you can't really do that. But I have been on that deck as close to that as possible. When you're standing even on deck 6 in the front of the very front of the ship, like, I mean, you feel the wind. I mean, it's very windy, and the captain's like right above you, you know, on like deck 7, and the whole big glass bridge is right there. So you're kind of conscious that somebody can see you, but if you back up a little bit, there's like a little thing, and you can kind of just stand there, and it's just you and the Gulf of Mexico, or wherever you are at the moment. It's really beautiful. And at night, it's really cool because it's just so dark, and the stars just go on forever. And Millie, you know, you've been on cruises, right? And that's just my favorite place. It's kind of like a secret-y, everyone calls it a secret deck, and it's not secret. People know about it, but a lot of people would rather be on the Lido having, you know, but I'm like, no, I don't want all that noise. So I just go up there and just kind of, they have a couple of benches and you can just sit and chill, and I like that.
What deck is that? Because I'm going to a cruise, my first one.
Usually it's like deck 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah, but if you tell me what ship you're on, don't say it out loud because people don't need to know. But just message me and I'll tell you which one it is and how to get to it. It's real easy to do. Yeah, you don't have to do it right now. It's like, you don't have to do it right. She's all, I'm gonna find that deck.
Oh, okay, messenger you. Okay.
That's why I love her. This is why I love her. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it now.
Gotta do it before we forget.
Yeah. And I love the spa.
What sustains you? What?
Oh, you mean like what am I searching for, or what I'm trying to?
What sustains? Yeah. What's in your shopping cart?
What I feel I need is more understanding, compassion.
I'm gonna add patience to my list.
Yeah. Just knowing that it's gonna be okay, and that I you know, that I'm protected, and just having more faith in my own energy, and not letting everything else outside affect me. So I need more.
What's on your list, Kathy?
I said mine.
What'd you say? Did I miss it?
Mindfulness.
Oh, mindfulness. Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Take that to the post office. No,
yeah, really. I mean, well, hurt somebody, I'll go postal.
Oh my goodness, the violence. She's so quiet, you would never think.
I'm not like that. It just.
She's gonna call you tomorrow when she checks her mail.
Listen, I'm a very calm person. My mother always says the world will fall apart or end, and my daughter will never know, because I'm just so laid back and calm. And so the only thing that I worry about, maybe worry might be something that I will put in my basket. I don't know if that would be it, but I just worry that I might catch the virus.
Right, but what we're talking about is something else. You already went into that when, as soon as you went to the supermarket, you took that worry with you. That worry is already in your shopping cart.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Other than that, I'm good. I have the patience. I'm good.
So if you have the patience, then you know, if so basically that's what I was trying to get to, is like we already go in charged with all of this external stuff regarding and in connection.
No. Yeah, I go in, I'm ready with my shopping cart, nice and calm, get what I need. If I can help somebody, I will. If I can let somebody go ahead of me in line because they need to, I do. If I can tell somebody, look, this line is shorter, get on this line. I'm good. I'm good with that. But I do, but worry is something else, like you said, that you already taking that inside
Right.
with you. I do worry.
That, like, what else what is it that, like when we go shopping, we're always shopping for the outside stuff that we need to sustain our body, to provide for our families, as well as the emotional stuff that comes along with that experience, which has been triggering me. That anxiety about going in and watching a space and all this and dealing with other people's fears. So it's like, what else, what would you like to, if you were to go on this more enlightened journey, what would you put in your basket?
She wants gonna put some Epsom salts and some essential oils and a new book of poetry and some hair chungos and some new earrings and an iPad holder. That's what she's gonna put in her basket. See, we know each other now.
Yes. But when we go shopping, I never go by myself. I'm always with my husband, and he's just like me too. He's so like backwards. All right, listen, we gotta go to the supermarket. We gotta get this. We go. We get what we need, and he goes like what you do with your husband. He goes. We tear the list in half, and he goes in one direction. I go in the other, and find the shortest line. Honey, this line is shorter. Come over here, and we're in and we're out. Done.
So do you buy anything for yourself? Like, cause I do. I buy essential oils and Epsom salts and some conditioner that I like that's just mine. Nobody else can use it. It's mine.
I do have certain things that I buy for myself that I enjoy. Like when I buy the what you call it, instead of putting lotion when I get out of the tub, I put it in. Yeah, while your body is still wet.
Yes, I used to do that.
Yeah, I like to do that. Plus, I don't like to when I come out of the bathroom, I don't like to sit back and rub all this lotion on me. I just don't. I'd rather just do it when I'm nice and wet in the bathroom. It comforts me. It soothes me. So I do that. I do get that. And I do have candles. I get candles.
There you go.
Yeah. I like my candles. But my husband is not romantic at all. I put the candles on the table so we can eat, and I turn the light up, and he's like, "It's dark in here." It's dark. I'm like, I'm trying to be romantic.
That's so cute. My daughter, every now and then, she'll pick up a bouquet of flowers for the house. And I think that's so sweet.
Yeah, I do that for myself.
Yeah.
I'll do it for Wendy sometimes too.
I love that.
I buy flowers from my muse. I always buy flowers and chocolate, and just keep it on my altar. And
I think that's nice. You gotta feed your muse for sure. I'm jumping subjects a little bit because you sent me a link to watch a couple ladies, Millie, that were talking about dreams.
Yeah, there was one, I just saw it on Facebook as one of my sisters, and I just realized when they saw dreams and I saw the comments, I'm like, hey, Kathleen, I think this is right.
Yeah, I watched it. They kind of reminded me of Us, sort of.
Yeah, that's what turned me on.
Yeah, it was like much less a focus on the there was very little philosophical discussion.
Well, they were just doing dream interpretations and stuff.
Yeah.
Zoom call like us, and that's like, oh wow, they're doing what we're doing, but based on
they're doing what we're doing. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was nice to see it. Yeah, because I like the dream stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what it's about. Like, I'll get to know you. I'm like, okay, this dreams isn't my thing. I'm not here yet, but Kathleen might have a great time here. So let me share that and connect with another tribe. Somebody that
I've been using my since this shutdown, my dreams have become more, I've remembered them, and I've become more conscious of them and worked with them, because I'm going to a dream group on one evening a week. So last night I asked for a dream. I was like, I want to know about this coronavirus business, right? Yeah, and I got an answer. I got a very simple, I dreamed about the the bug man, the termite guy. His truck was outside.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I looked out and there's the bug man's
Margaret,
truck.
I know what you were thinking.
And the bug, the virus is a
She's
bug.
like, what's her bug man look like?
Love you, Kathleen.
I'm sorry, we're children
No,
over
no,
here.
I'm
We're
sorry,
acting like
yeah, I'm
children.
sorry, Kathleen.
No, it's okay. It's all a metaphor.
Okay.
Did she
So
freeze?
the bug
Oh, there
man's
she is.
there outside the door, which is the virus. And but he didn't knock on the door, right? He was taking care of his paperwork or doing what he was doing. And I was naked, okay? I didn't have any clothes on. And I had to go to the bedroom to get my robe. Now, if you walk past the front door, I've got windows. And, if you were looking, if you made a point to look inside, you wouldn't have been able to see me. And I noticed, I thought, he's just doing his paperwork. He's not going to look up, look. So I just walked in and got my robe. And I interpreted kind of an answer side. And for me to be at risk, it would have to be very intentional for that to happen. He would have had to have looked up just the right time, or he would have had to really make it a point to look in and around so he could look through the windows, right? And my nakedness was my vulnerability, my feelings of vulnerability, I guess. Anyway, that's how I interpreted it. My point being, I got, immediate answer. I made the request, I asked, ask and you'll receive. And there it was. And I loved it. I was just, thought I'd share all that.
Yeah, no, there's a definite practice where you can actually, because your dreams are your subconscious.
Yeah.
Downloaded or experiences.
Yeah.
And because when you want insight into certain situations, you can ask before you go to bed, make a request of your subconscious, like, bring me a dream, or, I like to know more about XYZ, and
yeah.
Or
art. The art, I never associated. Those women were talking about, creating from their dreams or having dreams about things to
right.
paint. Yes, I thought that was interesting.
It's all about the imagination and the vision and the image. Bring an image and form a word. So the dream is the image. You remember it and you download the image that you see. There are symbols. There are things that make sense to you, and then you actually transmute that into your creation, whatever that is, and give that form. You broke from unseen to the scene. So
I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm going to ask, because I need a painting. Who's out there? See what happens.
Yeah, I'm just having a vision.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like, Kathleen, why didn't you grab that drum and that beat off?
Is her glass empty?
What, you are undressed, the beater, the drum.
I do.
Yeah, but that's what you do when you censor yourself.
I've been wanting to do it with my hands and my fingers. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll
meditate on that. That opens you and gives you access.
Yeah, I did have a moment on the mountain with my drum, which
Didn't
is really
we talk about when we first started doing chat? We talked about, what is it, like those YouTube videos when you're sleeping, you can play them and then wake up.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I don't know, you program something that you want.
Yeah, it's called like binary beats or something like that.
Oh, binary beats.
Yeah, it helps with the subconscious and clairs and all of that.
I know what it is. It works on different hemispheres of the brain, but I don't really know how it it's to integrate, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out though.
Something to look into.
Yeah, because I know. So what is the clair for hearing? Is it sentient?
Audient.
Okay, duh. Why didn't I know that? And then
there's so much other good stuff in your head.
Yeah, I'm like, I had to sort that out. That was like really like right there. But I'm learning more about all that stuff, and I'm figuring all that out. And the claircognizant, I'm figuring out that that's like really dominant for me. And that was like the furthest thing from my mind. And I was like, wow, I am really, so yeah, doing some stuff with that.
I know one thing you need on your shopping cart is protection, in the sense that
you got that right.
Yeah.
You got
Not
that right.
From anything negative, but just from the feeling, being sensitive to the feelings.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Because I take it all on, and then my mom and my daughter, and I finally told him, like, I said, I can't go to Walmart. I can't go to certain places because the vibration is too overwhelming, and there's too much sadness, and there's too much, like, you know, it's almost like when I'm in the aisle with people that I know need something, and I don't mean that, it's like they're projecting things, and it's too overwhelming for me because I feel the need to stop and say and fix and all of that. And then I'll also come across people that are just downright mean, and that's a real hard one for me to swallow and walk away from, because I'm the type that'll I'll be like, excuse me, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. And it'll get me in trouble. So yeah, so I can't go in those places. Like I haven't been in a Walmart in probably 4 years.
The energy just,
I can't, I just can't. It's very low vibrational.
Right, but do you have an exercise that you go through or anything that you do to prepare yourself and protect
yourself? I hadn't, and I'm working with someone on that, and that's what she was telling me, some things to do. And she said then, and I said, I'm still not interested in going in there, but because of I don't like that it's a corporate warehouse and that it doesn't give, anyway.
There are other things,
there's more things.
Politically, we all can protect ourselves, and we have to always protect ourselves. And that's, goes back to, when you create a space energetically and things like that, and you're holding, you have to always, because there are people, and when you contact, our hearts actually, it gives off, our electromagnetic field in our hearts is 10 to 20 feet outside of our bodies.
Yeah.
So that energy is there. And as soon as
it would physically make me feel sick. Like I really felt sick, and I would get a headache, and and my mom's like, and I was like, and she just thought it was me being weird and stressing out. And I'm like, you just don't understand. And I don't know how to explain it, because I didn't understand what it was. And for years I was like, nope, y'all go ahead. I'll sit in the car. And they're like, why do you want to sit in the car? And I'm like, because I'm not going to, like, if I go in there and I'm in there for a minute, I'm going to want to go home. Like, I'm going to need to go home where it's quiet, because I can't be in that and then continue.
Yeah, you're really sensitive.
Yeah, I just can't do it. So.
That's why you like the bow of that ship, because
I love the bow of that ship.
No.
I mean, I like to go and see and observe, and I'm not the one that's out there on the deck getting involved in the dance party. That's my mom. She loves to do that. I'll sit back and watch everything and be involved that way, but that's not me. And then when I discovered the spa, I'm like, oh, this is like the heavenly place. Like, all the quiet people are in here. I had no idea that was even an environment, that I would enjoy. And once I discovered that last July, there was no turning back on that. I was just like, wow, everyone should know about this place. Yeah, it's so centering, And then in there, I would, like you were saying, Millie, like unexpectedly just have these really deep conversations with people. And it was like-minded people. Yep. I can't go on the Lido deck. That's not my people. Like, I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying they're too high energy, too high, like, I can't. That's not my thing.
But you once we become aware of our energy and what we put out, and then we can also just protect ourselves energetically. You can clear your field and create a barrier.
Yeah.
She needs to create a barrier.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm learning more.
Yeah. Knowing how to.
And it's intentional. Like, I didn't realize that you had to, like, intentionally do that. And so that's where it was. It was like, okay, I'm going to set this intention. I'm actually going to do this thing. And then I even bought like a citrine necklace that I wore underneath, you know, and it's a long one. So it sits like right over my heart. And I can't find the darn thing. I've been ripping up this house. But anyway, you know, just little things. And then I started carrying just my grandma's little, you know, the angel thing. And this was my grandma's. So it's kind of like, okay, I got the ancestors helping me out with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the ancestors are always going to be there, and I feel on mine all the time, you know, for support and things like that. And that's one of the things, once you connect with that and know, you know, and again, you just, you know, if you go in there unprotected, then you expect to go in there and be assaulted by all of these things that bother you. But if you know that you're going into hostile territory and you're going to be, you know,
yeah.
And it's not their intention either, because they're not used to, they don't know what they're projecting. But once you go in there with this, you create that field and that armor to keep, you know, still allow you to be present and do what it is you're intending to do and bring out what you want, but you're also not letting anything in, you know, that would be there. I mean, I'm not a sensitive, but working, you know, I'm there are people that are sensitive, and I know people who have been sensitive to my energy, so I'm more conscious of it, because I've walked up to people, my ex-boss, and as soon as I got that, she's like, go away, come back, because whatever you got, I don't want to deal with it right now. I can't. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, she already felt my energy before I even got to her desk. And I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I can, yep. There was,
you know, now I'm like a little conscious. I'm like, okay, I'm going to see, you know, my boss. I'm like, let me just take a deep breath and channel it and just like leave it here and go talk to her. And I would just, and that was the only time I've actually really felt myself deliberately being aware of my energy.
And because it's even more intense.
Sensitive she is. I'm like, no, because if I go down there, I'm not going to get the help I want, because she's going to already be protecting herself against me. So I learned to like leave it, check. I'm like, I'm going to see her. And I would like, okay, be conscious of what you want from her and just go there for that, because she's going to misinterpret everything if you go there.
That's really a good point. Be conscious of your own energy.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, mine is fading. So
I was going to say, yeah, we've been on for a little bit and sharing quite a bit. So
we
gave everybody extra hour. So we're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, ladies, have an awesome weekend, because we won't see each other until Monday.
Okay, so, you too, Lisa.
Probably
have a good weekend. But if somebody needs something, y'all drop in the chat. You know, we're a button away. A button away, y'all.
Okay. All right. Good night, Kathleen. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everyone.
See ya.
All right.